Hey everyone, welcome back to STEMC, where today we will be making a virtual private network which is called VPN Server using Raspberry Pi. VPNs provide greater privacy than a Wi-Fi hotspot, and on top of that, VPNs establish secure and encrypted connections. I found a way to set up Wireguard, a VPN server, on a Raspberry Pi. So let's get started. But before we get started, I would like to thank you all for supporting me because I hit 50 subscribers and now hopefully we get 100 subscribers. So let's actually get started. So as usual, we need to upgrade the Raspberry Pi. So we need to do sudo apt upgrade. Now we are going to go through an installation process. This command will use curl to download the PiVPN setup script from their website and then pipe it straight to bash. So let's type the command curl -l https://install and then .py vpn.io pipe bash. We're finding the installation wizard, and the first slide said that it will transform your Raspberry Pi into an open VPN or Wireguard server. So you could just click enter to move on. This screen explains why your Raspberry Pi should have a static IP address when operating as a Wireguard VPN server. So just going to click enter. Now you'll be asked if you are already using DHCP reservation. Using DHCP reservation allows you to make your router assign an IP address to your Raspberry Pi. In this guide, we're going to assume you haven't used your DHCP reservation, and we'll move on to set a static IP address on the Pi itself. So we're going to press no. To set a static IP address for the Wireguard software, the installation script will want you to use your default settings. If the default IP address and gateway are correct to you, then you could safely select the yes option. So it's correct for me, so I'm going to click the yes option. You'll be warned that you could potentially run into IP conflicts when using this method. The way around that is to use DHCP reservation. However, most routers should be smart enough to stop this from being a problem. You're going to click OK. This screen will tell you that you need to specify a local user to store the Wireguard configuration files. Just going to click OK. Now it's going to ask you to choose a user. Obviously, the only user is Pi. Now you'll have to pick if you want your VPN to be Wireguard or OpenVPN. I prefer Wireguard because it's 56% faster while being secure. This screen will allow you to change the port that Wireguard uses on your Raspberry Pi. It is recommended to keep the same unless you have a particular reason to change the port. Now it's going to ask if these settings are correct. Obviously it is. Yes. Now for those who followed my Pi-hole installation, they'll ask if you want to have it as the DNS server. So I will say yes. And now it'll ask you if you want to use your public IP or your public DNS. Using your public IP address is the easiest option. However, this should only be used if you have a static IP address. So we'll stick with the public IP address. So now the server keys will not be generated. Now it'll ask if we could enable unattended upgrades. I highly recommend that you enable these to ensure your Raspberry Pi will download security fixes regularly. Not enabling this will potentially leave your Wireguard VPN vulnerable to attack. So let's say yes. You have now successfully installed the Wireguard VPN software to your Raspberry Pi. This screen will let you know that you still need to create profiles for the user. So let's do that. And now I'll ask if you want reboots. I highly recommend so. So I will click yes. Now we're going to be creating the profile. To be able to create this profile, we will be making use of the PyVPN script again. To begin creating a new profile for Wireguard, we will need to run the following command: sudo pyvpn add. Now all you need to do is type in a name for the profile that you're creating. You can choose whatever name you like, but I'll put mine as STEMZ. Okay, now once you have created a profile, it will be stored within the directory specified in the output. If you followed the previous steps and use the PyUser, you will be able to find the config file within the /home/py/configs directory. Now, we're going to generate a QR code for the Wireguard profile we generated on our Raspberry Pi. You'll be able to scan the QR code using your device. This saves you from having to copy the config file from your device. Luckily for us, the PyVPN software comes with a QR code generator that we could use. To generate a QR code, you'll need to start by running the following command: pyvpn space -QR and your profile name. And I won't be doing this now because it'll leak my personal information. Now I installed the VPN app, and now you just need to click that plus button, and you have to do create from QR code. And once you do that, it'll ask to allow your camera, and you could scan there. You will be asked to enter a name for the profile, and you could just enter your profile name, and you're all set to go. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you later. Bye.